Today I'm going to read a story from this book called Tales from the Chuuk Islands. This book has 7 stories. I'm going to read only one story. The story that I'm going to read from this book called Marop and his 5 children. Before reading the story, I would like to acknowledge the Palama settlement and to the individuals who share their family stories in the creation of this book. This includes the individual names who are at the beginning of each stories. The Chuuk Steering Committee of Waipahu, the Awai Literacy, and the children and families at Payer Rice Home and the Tower of Puyo Park. Special thanks to Marlele Otto for translating and editing the Chuukese version of stories, to Dr. Linda Oshita for editing the stories, to the Dirt to fit great reading levels and for creating the discussion questions, and to Don Yashimura who brought the stories to life with her watercolor illustration and produced the manuscript layout. Funding for this project was made possible through a grant in aid from the City and County of Honolulu. So this book has 7 stories. So the one that I'm going to read today is called Marop and his 5 children. Marop and his 5 children was told by Ichiro Robert. A long time ago, on a small island called Menenginiba in the Namonias region of Chuuk State, there lived a man named Marop, his wife named Barrett, and their 5 children. The oldest son was called Altirap, the second son was called Altitit, the third son was called Alturu, the fourth son was called Altisabat, and the youngest son was called Altitis. Each child named after a fingers on the hand. When the children were little, their mother passed away. The children were raised by their father. Marop, although they all loved their father, the youngest one, Altikis, loved his father the most. Altikis always listened to his father, and he was always very respectful. Altikis always treats his father with kindness. Eventually, Marop grew up old and passed away. Although his children missed him greatly, they honored him by remaining strong and did their best to show the kindness and love to one another. One day the brothers decided to go fishing because they were tired of eating pounded breadfruits. They took their canoe and went out into the deep ocean to catch the fish. They cast their lines, but they could not catch no fish. They decided to move to another location, hoping to have better luck there. Altikis cast his line again. All of a sudden, he felt something very heavy on his line. He started to reel it, but it was too much for him to handle. His brother came to help him. They pulled and pulled and pulled, and finally, as they reeled it again, they saw it was not a fish at all. It was an island. They were astonished by what they found. They began to argue who would be the owner of the island. I do not claim it should be him because he was the oldest son. Aitikis, the youngest one, said he should be the owner of the island because he caught it first. Each one of the 5 brothers, they felt they should be the owner of the island. They each had a good reason. The brothers argued and argued. They could not agree. So the brothers decided to ask their father's spirit about who should be the owner of the island. Each brother, from the eldest to the youngest, asked, "Father, oh father, who should be the owner?" Marop was silent until he heard the voice of the youngest son. Finally, Marop was said, "I think he should be the owner for he had shown me the kindness, respect, and care well for me. Therefore, he will treat the people of the island with the same love and compassion as he shown me." It was decided Aitikis became the owner of the island. Aitikis cared for his people with great love for all the years of his life. So the moral of the story is that we should treat everyone, especially our parents, with love, respect, and kindness. The way we treat others is the true reflection of ourselves. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy it.